I'm Kevin Reese. I'm here with my friend Jerry Reeves with Rednek Booda Outdoors. And Jerry just got back from the ATA show and brought back a pretty nice little present, the Bowtech Insanity CPX that Bowtech released this week. And I'm not going to give a review on it because obviously looking at me, you'd get a biased review. But I'm going to let my friend Jerry, he's an expert archery technician, I'm going to let him talk about the Insanity CPX. So Jerry, what do you got for us today?
Kevin. I'll tell you what, man, it was really awesome being at the ATA show and feeling all the energy of everybody's excitement of releasing the new Insanity CPX. They took two of the greatest bows that I believe Bowtech's ever created, was the Bowtech Invasion and the Bowtech Destroyer 350.
Right. And I'm shooting the Invasion.
That's right, and they took that, the 350 and the Invasion, and made them into the Insanity CPX. A little bit less reflexed riser than it was last year compared to the deflex riser. Got rid of the kickback, but Bowtech addressed all the issues that were on forums and stuff like that as far as people's dislikes and likes. But I want to tell you what, as far as a draw cycle on this bow with a 355 feet per second IBO speed rating, you wouldn't expect it to have as a smooth of a draw as it does have.
Right.
Now, it's not butter. It is a little stiffer than the Invasion, but man, you're up 355 feet per second. You've got to generate it somewhere. They changed the cam design around a little bit. They actually put the post here on the end, mounted at the end of the limbs, and that's actually just to help the technicians setting it up. They have a little more room to get in there and manipulate it when it's in the press. They kept the same grip that was on the Invasion. Took and changed the coating a little bit on there. It doesn't have the Envelvet coating now. I believe it's called the Anorak.
Anorak, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a really neat coating. It's supposed to be more durable than the Envelvet was. They had some issues with the Envelvet with finish coming off.
You know, one of the things I just want to interject real quickly that I like about the ATA show when they release the bow is usually they release one bow. This year they release two bows.
That's correct. They also released the Insanity CPXL for your long draw.
Yeah, and I'm plugging Bowtech obviously in this because I thought it was really great that, you know, it's a bow company that really listens to the general population running around. You know, the bow hunters and the archers were a pretty particular group.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of lovers and haters out there. There's a lot of people who love compound bows, a lot of people who don't like compound bows, a lot of people who love the short draw bows, like me, especially in the thick stuff when I'm hunting hogs. But there's a lot of people who like the longer risers, just the larger bows. And there was a lot of vocalizations out there after the Invasion about how people wanted the technology that was built in the Invasion, but they wanted on a longer axle to axle.
That's right.
And I kind of feel like they took that information from all the social media, all the bow hunters out there, and they came out with the CPXL, and I really like that they did that.
I concur with that. That's definitely what I believe Bowtech did. Yeah, definitely. Well, folks, we're going to get into this review, and we're going to do like we normally do on all our reviews with Bowtech and Rednek Booda. We're going to take and actually shoot 3 different arrows through the chronograph. We're going to tell you the speed. We're going to tell you to translate it into kinetic energy. We're going to check the draw force curve on this bow, and we're just going to see what kind of performance the new Insanity CPX has.
Cool, cool. All right, stick around. We got more for you.
Well, folks, first thing we're going to talk about, we're not going to shoot it just yet. We're actually going to draw the bow. We're going to tell you how the draw feels when we're drawing back. We're actually going to tell you how the transition from draw cycle to let off to back wall, and kind of just give you a play-by-play as it happens. I'm going to draw it back first, and then I'm going to let down, and then I'm going to draw back again. Because generally when you draw a bow back, the first time you draw it back, it can be deceiving. So you want to draw it back at least twice to give yourself a good opinion. So I'm going to take and draw the Insanity CPX back at 60 pounds, 29 inches. We're going to see how it feels real quick. Folks, it's a little stiffer than the Invasion was, but of course you would expect that having 355 feet per second IBO. I'm going to creep real quick, and we're going to see how far it goes. Maybe about 1/8 of an inch as far as creep. Now we're going to shoot the bow, and we're going to kind of see what we get here. That's nice. Literally, it left the bow so fast. It's hard to judge it. But I want to tell you, very little hand shock whatsoever. The bow stands completely up and doesn't tilt back, doesn't go forward. It's just level. Very good quality. I'm gonna shoot one more arrow real quick in this draw cycle. One thing I can tell you before you even check the draw force curve is that this bow holds its weight a lot longer. It's got a longer power stroke than what the Invasion and the Destroyer have. That's my guess right now without checking it, but that's my guess. So we're going to take and draw one more time here. That's really a nice draw cycle, guys. Almost broken arrow. I tell you what, man. As far as the bow, first impressions, we did get to shoot it at the ATA show, but you didn't get to shoot it with anything on it. No sight, stabilizer, anything like that. So it's kind of hard to get a really good impression. Now we kind of outfitted it out with a few things, basically so the customers here in the shop can shoot it, and so we could do our test. And I want to tell you, this is a nice bow, man. I want to thank Bowtech hit a home run with this, but let's take and translate that into arrow speed, kinetic energy, and draw force curve. We'll be right back.